真的去做一些产品出来的 protocol 去做宣传，然后有系统的去计划不同类型的、不同媒介的宣传定位。对。
好，那你知道我们的 creators 是怎么做内容的吗？
我下午看了一下，看到在那个 Trello 上面有一些不同的媒介要求，然后就我在看下面的，但是就好像比较多是影片类或者是图画类别的，然后我主要 deliver 我的内容在 Telegram 和 Medium， 所以我就在想会不会就是这些媒介也可以，还是怎样？
所以基本上我们有很多做视频的creators， 我们还有一些写文章的，然后还有做一些像meme 还有graphics 的创作者我们通常一开始会提供一个我们所谓的 pillar content， 所以它那个 content 就好像是一个pyramid 的下面那一个，所以我们所有的 content 都是要从 pillar content 出来的你懂我的意思吗？
明白，就是那个项目方向宣传的那个信息。
我们就是会有一个主要的 content， 比如说我们与 Basketball 的content 是从一个 interview 出来的，然后从那个 interview 我们所有的 creators 可以开始制作内容。
好的。
所以这个是大致上我们做工作的流程。你有用过 Trello 吗？
没有。
好，那也不是很难，不是很困难。所以如果你需要一些指南的话，我可以帮忙你。
我们去那个，你会不会阻碍到他们去谈日常的事物？我们要不去另一个 Chinese speaking 的圈？
可以啊，那我们可以在这之后再谈谈好吗？因为他们这些人不懂中文。
谢谢。
OK， 好。Hey, Dunks.
Yeah.
We'll talk later, more in details.
Yeah. So I made a channel, and we can have a French channel as well, and it's like a Spanish channel or whatever, and because it will be awesome. Like the translations are good. Like, so let's keep building on it and build like a community that's not just English speaking, you know?
Yeah, I think so. And a lot of these creators have their own outlet of sharing their content too.
Yeah. So Raccoon has like a Telegram groups, and that's really cool. So welcome, and hopefully B will definitely like put you on the right direction.
Yeah.
And I think Cesar's not feeling too well today, so I don't know if he's gonna.
I'm here, but I'm just listening, right? Yeah.
Cool. So, well, I've got some notes. I am recording. I'm not sure if I've got my audio set up 100% properly. So we're nearly at the end of the coordinate. So that's one thing. I'm gonna add everyone. And try and get some more people in here.
Hang on, Dunks. I thought our meeting starts at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock my time. Did we just start this early, or did I get the time wrong?
I think it's the meeting start. Does the meeting start in half an hour? But we're all here, so maybe more people are going to turn up. So, maybe let's talk about some things that are a little bit less.
Because I think more people might be coming later.
Yeah, probably Gabrielle will come pretty much for sure because he always comes.
Yeah, so like it's only 5 minutes before 9 o'clock, so maybe we wait a little bit.
Okay, cool. Well, how about we talk a little bit about something that's not super duper important, like so we've got these threads now, right? And I don't like that.
I was wondering about that, Dunks. I noticed you added the threads to the job board for people to reply to when they take jobs. Is that the intention, or?
Yeah, and maybe like.
But the thing is, if we are trying to get people to use Trello, we really do want them to learn how to move jobs from to do to the doing column. Like if we let people just take jobs from Discord, they may never learn to use Trello. That's my thinking.
Yeah. It could be. We might not need it. What I was kind of thinking is instead of having the. Okay, so see how we've got the job board and now we've got Complify jobs thread, Genome's job thread. Like maybe we don't need the. Maybe we don't need like, you know how then. So let's say take Genome for example. So we've got the jobs board, which has the Genome job post, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to share my screen if I can. So we've got the job board and then we've got 3 threads, right? So people get rid of this. So people come in, they can see the job board. And then, so what if we didn't have, what if we didn't even have any of this and we just had the thread?
I got 2 things about that. I like the way the thread looks because it really separates the posts quite, like with this line, right? The idea of not having those channels, I think that's not great because they're great for the team can take part in those channels, the individual channels. But maybe completed work, we could get rid of that and they could put it into the thread. But I don't know.
But what if we had? Okay, so what if we had? What if we had? I wonder if we could have 2. You can't have 2 threads on one post, can you? So we wouldn't be able to have 2 threads, like a Complify jobs thread and a Complify QA thread or something. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Let's just leave the channels the way they are, man, and let's not worry too much about these threads. Because, new people, everybody knows how to use Discord already, and this threads thing is a new thing, and it's just going to create some confusion for no actual real benefit, I think. The only thing I like about it is it really separates the 3 posts. It's very clear to see that they are 3 posts here. But I don't know. Like I know it's a new thing, and you want to try it, and you want to see if it works, and maybe it does work better in the long run. But keeping it simple and just keeping it like what everybody knows, I think that's also has value and shouldn't be discounted, right?
True. Yeah, that's true. And yeah. So, the cat is climbing on me. Get off me, cat. Okay, so, okay, in the I'll try and bring out the meeting notes.
There's going to be a call tomorrow, right? Like, I think it's in something like 9 hours or something like that. Maybe 8 hours or something. I'm it's a Twitter talk with DJ, right? And Genome, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to make that. It's like 7 a.m. for me, and I still have a fever now, so like I'm going to probably sleep like another 10 hours or 11 hours tonight. So I don't think I will make it. I'll try. I'll see if I wake up in the morning. If I do, I'll come down and turn it on.
Okay, yeah, no problem, Caesar. I am getting kind of a conflicting time for that meeting, though. I thought it was going to be like 12 hours from now.
Oh.
I'm not sure exactly. My brain's like really foggy right now, so I think it's at like 7 a.m. for me, which is like 3 or something. I don't know. I probably won't make it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to try and look for the meeting time, but yeah, that's cool.
The way, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
The way DJ scheduled it on Twitter, it seems like it's 12 hours from now for me. But that's not the time posted on Discord.
Okay. He did confirm that the time was correct, but maybe he didn't get it right. Let's wait for him to get here because he's coming. He'll be in this meeting soon, so we can just check it out. But we've got plenty of time to confirm it.
Okay.
So, does
How about you tell me about what was this testnet thing that you tagged me in today?
Testnet. You mean the coordinate? Is it about coordinate or about?
No, right there, testnet walkthrough. If you scroll up.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So the overlay. So Overlay's just released a new front end. So Overlay Protocol, one of our clients for everyone listening. We've got a 3-month. It's a 3-month project with them. So they're still in beta, and they're still on the testnet, and they've just got a new front end. So the front end, I don't even know if they've got it up.
Okay, let me ask you something. I've done these in the past with people, but they generally like get you on a call. So you get on a call with somebody from the team, and you go in and share the screen, and then you talk about what you see, what you think, and stuff like this, kind of critique things, right? This is kind of what I've done in the past for projects. I would be more than willing to do that for Overlay. So maybe you can tell them to try to see if they're okay to do that. If they have somebody who could go on a call with me, and then we could kind of click through and look at stuff, and they could, tell me what's going on and stuff, and I can give some suggestions to them, and they can write it down and that kind of stuff. But I'm not too keen on jumping into like a blind, beta UI and start clicking around. But maybe I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, and I think I think that maybe in a week or so, they will have polished up the UI a little bit because it's still a little bit weird at the moment. But I've been playing around with it a bit. So that's, but we're just starting to get a feel for what we need to do. And, Jiraiya, can you introduce yourself to everyone? Because you've been working with Overlay and you've done some articles and bits and pieces. Do you want to introduce yourself?
All right. Hi guys, I hope everyone hears me.
Loud and clear.
Oh, all right, cool. So, that's my pseudonym. My real name is Victor, and I write articles, review projects, and I also code in Solidity. So, I started contributing to Overlay 3 weeks ago, and I've helped with some of the internal content. And in addition, I've just been going over their code. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with, I understand what Overlay is about and some similar projects in the space. So going forward, I will be helpful for anyone who wants to contribute or who wants to carry out any tasks which primarily Overlay. I can also help on other projects as well, but my main focus, at least for now, is Overlay. But most of the stuff is still in development currently. They're not finalized, so we are going to date them as time goes. Yeah, so that's all.
That's really good, man. That's a good intro. And I don't know if everyone can see my screen, but we've got this article. So he's already got 2 documents that he sent through that we can kind of work through, and one of them's a comparison. I'm just going to bring it up on my screen because it's pretty awesome. So he's just done a comparison between Overlay, Perpetual, and Syn Futures and Synthetics. And so he's written, just a really good comparison. And I was thinking maybe we could turn it into like a kind of a simplified version into like a graphic so that people can just see like, the features of each thing. Maybe I can even do like a web page or something with like a comparison table. But anyway, and there's another more in-depth article that's in this folder. So we've got a shared folder here. This one's even more technical, but less technical than the Overlay notes, because their notes are super technical. So this is a pretty in-depth article if anyone wants to check it out. And it's all in this folder. So we've got a bunch of stuff in these folders. And then we've also got Caesar's interview with Jax. So we're starting to build up a little bit of some files for Overlay. That's probably all we really need to say for now. Poopster, do you want to say something about what you've been doing?
My audio is, I can hardly hear anything. My audio is just completely chopping up. I heard my name and that was about it.
Just asking if you want to say something about what you've been doing or anything like that.
I'm still not getting. It's just it may be on my end, but I just I can hear you. If you can like put me in the chat maybe.
Cool. Yeah, maybe we'll leave it till a bit later. Hopefully you can hear us all right. So, all right. So yeah. I'm going to ping everyone and try and get a few more people because it should have started by now. Let's ping everyone.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When we post in the announcement channel, do I need to take people, or would it just auto take everybody?
Does anyone know? I think I don't think it does. Yeah, I don't.
So
think
I do need to take people then.
Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys see? Did you guys get any notification on your Discord about the meeting that I posted in the announcement channel?
The creator, everyone is.
Yeah, I saw it today.
Yeah, it popped out a few hours ago.
Okay, so
Yeah. Well,
people do get okay.
yeah, you tag the creator. Creator role would get a notification. We should probably just.
Oh.
We should probably just.
So then the previous post that I made about the job board was not. It did not notify people, and because I did not tag anybody.
Okay, let's try it. Let's test it now in job board.
No, that's not what she means. Just test it like this, man. Test.
Oh wait, I'm in the wrong channel.
And anybody see that?
Okay.
I
Did anybody
see
get
it.
an announcement?
I see it turn white, but it does not have the red circle.
I think that's not.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So just tag creator. You can even like edit your post and then tag creators, and then people can then just repost it, and I think everybody will get a red circle. I'm not sure.
There. Did everybody get a red circle?
I did it, but I was in the channel already, so maybe that's why.
Raccoon, did you get a red circle?
I think it might also depend on how you've got your notifications set up. I'm not sure. Nah, I don't know. We might just have to look up the docs, figure it out.
Dunks, you said that like the Complify coordinate is almost done, right? So I think we're gonna have to like pull it out to like a Google Sheet, pull out the data to a Google Sheet, maybe get on a call, and then go through the numbers and make sure it makes sense, and make sure there's nothing like really strange about it, and then do the math on how to divvy up everything. is there any major problems right now? Like, is there anybody who's still like opted out but shouldn't be? Like there might be a person here or there who's just like done something, but they didn't come back. But you know, like, do you reckon there's anybody who's opted out still that shouldn't be? Because I think I went in today and reallocated.
You meant the Comprify circle, right?
Yeah, the Complify circle.
Okay. Alex, do you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the Complify. I'm gonna bring up, like, let's everyone just log into your coordinate. I was thinking we could all just go through it, but there's not that many people here that were actually in the Complify project, so now's probably not the best time. I was thinking once a couple more people get here who were actually involved in that project, we could just spend 5 minutes just kind of going through if anyone has any questions or whatever, and we just do it then, you know? So let's hold off on that for now. Like, maybe do it once there's like 3 or 4 more people who actually were in the Complify project.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because, yeah, like basically, yeah, it's really just for Complify this circle, right? And then, like, soon we'll probably open up a circle for Basket DAO, and maybe we'll open up a circle for just for us. But hey, while we're talking about Coordinate, so Coordinate themselves have got a circle running at the moment, and I think that we might be able to partner with them and do some content with them. It's like, because they're just wanting walkthroughs and some articles and stuff like that about their product. So it seems like a really good fit. So, like,
I think their circle involves a little bit more. So, like, it involves stuff like building the site, like the technical side of things. It's not just marketing, right?
yeah, it's not just marketing, but if you have a look at the announcement, it's like video tutorials on how the DAO has implemented Coordinate. So I think we should definitely do that. Video text walkthroughs, we can definitely do that. Write-ups on how you're using Complify, yep. And then, yeah, this other stuff, maybe not so much. But I think they only want like 3 or 4 people from each DAO to be in this circle. But then I'm just thinking a little bit more like over the next couple of weeks, I think we should be talking to them about, you know, maybe just having them as a client, like, or, you know, some kind of partnership. And I think that kind of leads into, oh, my cat is just trying to eat me. Get off. I wanted to say about, this is a topic, I don't know what everyone thinks about it, but I talked with Markio a little bit from Genomes about maybe next month, like maybe continuing on with Genomes, but taking some of the Genome token as payment. Like, what does everyone think about taking like speculative tokens as payment or part payment, even 50-50 or 25% or something like that? Like, I want to know what people think of that.
So instead of taking it all in USDC, we would do a percentage in Gene tokens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare if we take like part and part, because then the bookkeeping becomes a little bit stranger. Like everybody's going to get like you know 6 USDC and 15 Gene tokens, and we have to pay Ethereum gas to disperse that, right? So if we're going to take tokens, it's my opinion that we say, okay, we will take tokens, but under 2 stipulations. One, you have to give us more value than what we originally asked for. And second, you cannot be at all angry if anybody sells them. Because there's definitely going to be people who just I don't want to hold this Gene token, and they would just sell it. And that's fine. I think, whatever, it doesn't matter how if they make content doesn't mean they want the token, right? And then there's also the possibility, I'm not suggesting that we do this right away, but there is the possibility that as soon as we get them, we just sell them as the treasury, right? But that's not a great idea, but it's still a possibility, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't love the idea of getting protocols tokens as part of the payment. Unless, of course, protocols are offering to give us tokens as a bonus. I think that's nice, but if we start to take partial payment in protocols tokens, I would say some people may not like that.
Anyone else want to say something about taking payments in other tokens? Other than USDC and stuff?
Larger projects, or when we grow larger, we can take some blue chips tokens. But I think for in current stage when we are serving some smaller projects, taking their tokens may not be mutually beneficial.
I agree with that. I don't see a huge problem. We could just literally just sell them as soon as we got them. Or they could sell them and give us the USDC or DAI or whatever they want to pay us in that sort of thing. But it's kind of different if they're gonna give us more. If 10%, 20% more, then it's worth talking about, right? Because then maybe we might stake them as a treasury or something like this, right? And I don't know. It's worth exploring, but I don't know. I think they have to give more, right?
I actually kind of like that idea. If we propose to them, say if they would give us 10% bonus in their tokens, and we would agree to have a vesting period, so we're not going to be dumping the tokens right away, and that we would stake them. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. Kind of aligns our incentive to the project's incentive.
So the thing is, the amount of money that they're paying us right now is quite low. So it's not even if we dumped all the tokens, it wouldn't even move the chart. So it's not like they're giving us $200,000 and we're gonna just dump it all in one day. But that's something we can explore for the future. We could say you give us the tokens and we will stake them for the month that we're working, and then at the end of the month we will decide how we will vote to see how to handle the staked tokens, and that will give them at least a month of lockup on those tokens, right? But even the ETH that we got that one time, it went down in value, and then we ended up holding ETH. We had less US dollars worth of ETH, and it's maybe it's corrected now. I haven't looked, but there's always that idea that the token goes down in value and we're holding it. Do we want that? Probably you had something to
Yeah.
Thank you. I think really just going for the USDC DAI stablecoin is the best case scenario. Mainly just because I think, obviously, like as a DAO, the whole point is to reward content creators fairly, like a specific amount, right? So I don't think people would take too kindly, or I don't think it's even really fair if we do get, like, let's say these protocol tokens, and like you were saying, Caesar, like they just dump the next day. I mean, there's a chance it could go up the next day too, but I think this should be treated as more of a sound type of deal rather than like a risky investment type deal, if you get what I'm saying. Asking for 10% more in protocol tokens could help too, but what if the price drops to like 10% or 20%? Then there's no difference. You know what I mean? I feel like going for the safer bet it's a little smarter for everyone in general. Even if it is, harder for even if it's more complicated for the protocol that we're partnering with,
Yeah.
Hi guys, can I chip in?
Yeah, mate. Go for it.
I think as well, stablecoin will be more secure because basically you do the work, you get the payment instead of waiting for the value to go up or down in the protocol token.
Yeah, there's definitely that side of it. And I guess, I just personally like the idea of aligning incentives between, like, let's say we find a project. Like for me, I really like this overlay project. I think it has huge potential, And also, I'm starting to wonder if maybe Genomes actually has pretty good potential too. And so I just like the idea of having some skin in the game, and for us to assess that and actually think, like, do we like this protocol? It makes you think when you hold a token. It makes you actually think about it and care about it in a way that you're just not really going to do as much if you don't. And also I would think if we were going to do it, it would be more like, okay, let's do like a 3-month deal. You guys give us 3 months, you give us $60,000 worth of, or $30,000 worth of your token and $30,000 cash for a 6-month deal, something like that, So it's like it's a more long-term aligned partnership where we've got skin in the game and we're incentivized to continue to actually, basically, as long as we keep believing in the project and thinking it's a good project, to go the extra mile and so that's the way I'm looking at it. But I totally hear what you guys are saying about being able to pay people. And I don't think, the way I'm looking at it, it's not like we're actually going to pay people each month in these tokens. No, I don't think that's good. I think we would always need to be able to pay in USDC to our creators. So if we were going to do this, we would always have to be strategic enough about it that we would always know that we could cover at least 2 to 3 months of creator payments in USDC.
I like the idea of having skin in the game because it does incentivize creators to help market or promote the project. But then there's the element of, say their token price goes up 200% overnight. There's an element of whether, should we be selling some of the tokens that we got from them? How do we do that?
Yeah, that's another interesting thing. I think it would also help with engagement. See, what I really care about at the moment is bringing on, I want to personally, I think that it would be awesome to be bringing the focus a lot more onto bringing in new creators, and we are growing pretty fast, but it would be cool to grow more, especially because if we're renewing clients, like, it's good to bring in like fresh audience, fresh creators, so that clients are like always wanting to renew, you know, because like so one way to like keep people engaged and to bring in new people could potentially be to be a little bit more exciting and start to do some kind of partnerships. Like, also, yeah, that's all. Hey, Troy. T-Raj, do you want to talk about the Twitter Spaces? And just confirm the time.
Yeah. So it's happening at 3 p.m. UTC tomorrow or Friday, depends on what time zone you are in. And we are doing it with Markio, who is the co-founder. And we have created a list of questions on Trello, and we have just asked people if they want to ask any more questions. So, like, feel free to send them my way or add them on Trello. Also, then on the creators only chat, there is event scheduled that you can opt in to join the Twitter Spaces as well. So that's basically about it.
So the Twitter time is correct. It's about 11 and a half hours from now, correct?
No, no. It's like I think 20 hours from now. Sorry, 23 hours ish from now.
So
Around that time.
3 p.m.
Yeah,
UTC.
23:30 actually.
So is it 3 p.m. UTC on Friday?
Correct.
Okay, so the Twitter Space. Yeah, so what I've got here on my screen, that's correct, right? So everyone needs to RSVP. Everyone come into the creator only general chat if you can make it and RSVP, and you'll get a reminder. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Hey, Pape, do you want to say something? Do you want to say hello to everyone? Tell them a little bit about what you do and stuff?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for inviting me to the group, by the way.
That's cool.
Hey, everybody. I'm Pape. You guys might know me as Paper Ape on Twitter. I run a research blog called apewell.com, basically just going over NFT and DeFi projects and making them easy to understand.
That's cool, bro. Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been like a little bit of a fly on the wall in this conversation, just trying to get a feel for what everything's like here.
Yeah, so we're basically coming to like the end of this first cycle for this first client. So Complify was our first client, and we've come like pretty much to the end of the month. So I've like made like this little report up and a proposal for next month. And now we're doing the coordinate voting. So like everyone who contributed on the on the Complify project, everyone who did content, and basically everyone who's like wanted to add their address has added their address, but it's mainly just for like people who did work on this Complify project. So we're going to use Coordinate to do the voting. I'll bring up Coordinate on my screen real quick, just so you can like see what it is. And so it's kind of like coming to the end of the first cycle for the first client. So like once we get the pays done, so the voting will happen, right? Like, so this is like all the people, and this is just my particular like voting. I haven't finished it yet. I can still like update it, you know, like I can change this voting. You guys can see my screen, right? And then, so, yeah. And so then, like, I guess everyone's going to have a chance to do that too. And then we're going to do the pays. And then everyone's going to get paid. And then, like, hopefully Complify renews the package for another 10,000 USD. And we kind of start it all over again. Like, so that's kind of how things are working pretty much, I guess.
Okay, that's cool. So it's like everybody on there did their own specific piece of work on that project, and then that's kind of how it divvies up the payment and everything?
Yeah, so I'm just going to show you like this channel. So these are, can you see like Overlay, that's one project. Genomes, that's another project.
Mm-hmm.
Basket DAO, that's another project. Complify, right? So this is the channel everyone's just posting their work in. So like DeFi Trader did a video. These are some clips from an interview we did. So this is just for completed work. This is just for some chat. And this is the client, right? Complify team, the client. And then this is like just for questions and stuff. And just checking. And so then there's like one more piece of the puzzle is like this Trello board. So then the Trello board is just kind of, because you know how stuff gets lost in Discord?
Right.
Yeah. So like we've just got this kind of Trello board where we're keeping a track of all the content. So this is all the videos, all the clips. This is like what we had to do for them. So 2 to 3 videos, 4 articles, 10 graphics, right? So it's like what we got to do. And then, you know, time frame. And then, so these are articles, these are tweet threads, graphics, and memes, right? So it's like, this is kind of where we're kind of keeping everything organized. And so with this, you can see like Wazzy Capital has like posted their their Trello link in here, so that now we can just see like what they did. So like when you're choosing your gives, you can just kind of see, okay, Wazzy Capital did this, Wazzy Capital did this. There's actually a better way to do it. It's like this. So you go search, and then you click Wazzy Capital. Now it's just going to show like what they did. See? So now we know, okay, Wazzy Capital did this. So then I can be like, okay, let's give Wazzy Capital like more or less, right? And then give a comment, and then save it. And you can keep updating this all the way through the epoch. So it's only final at the end of the epoch. So you can kind of just keep a track of things. So that's kind of our system that we've got going, basically. So the whole system is like this. So they start here, they get this role, they come in, they say hello, and they get this role. We'll give them a role, and then they come to this job board, and then like this is where the jobs kind of, you can see what jobs are there, and then you can see the Trello link is there, right? And like we should probably have the channel link, but we don't really need it because people can just find it. But we're just really trying to make it more streamlined and like really simple and easy for people. to kind of find the jobs. But like it's our first month, so we've done pretty well so far, I think.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've heard about Coordinate, but I've never seen it actually used before. But yeah, that's really cool. And so does whenever somebody, I guess, requests the work, can anybody from the DAO contribute, or are there specific people that are selected for these jobs?
So when you go to the job board, and if there's a job that you're interested in, Dunks, can you go to one of the Trello boards? If you go to the Genome one. Okay, so if there's a job that you are interested in, you can go and grab one of the jobs from the to-do list. Okay, say you're interested in making a clip, so then you will move it over to doing, and you can immediately add your members, add your own icon to it. So if Dunks, you can click on members, and you can select yourself. So that means you have claimed this job. That way we know who is doing what, and that way we don't get two people working on the same project at the same time.
Okay, cool.
And there's a process, basically a how-to on the very left column too. So you can just follow along. It's a very straightforward board to use. Just follow the steps along, and you should be okay. And if you have any questions, you can always just ask any of the project managers.
Awesome, thanks. That makes total sense.
Oh yeah, and so project managers are like, so like the people in green, and there's a role. So like, if I just go to another channel, and I just, like there's a role. So like at PM, those are the project managers, and and basically the project manager's job is just to kind of, it's just like people who kind of know a little bit of how the system's working to help people get started, and to kind of keep a track of what the client wants a little bit, and just generally just try to make everything work smoothly, and to just keep everything, a record of everything in Trello. So like, to make sure that stuff is getting added to Trello and stuff like that. So that's pretty much a project manager role. Yeah.
Awesome.
I have questions I want to ask, which is if we find some project seeking for marketing or something like that, how can we refer to this start, or where can we suggest the projects to be a client of our DAO?
I think for now, you could, if there's a project that's interested in hiring us to make content for them, for now you could probably contact Dunks, Caesar, or Gabriel.
Yeah.
Right, Dunks?
Yeah, and we've got these channels here called Sales Funnel, right? So like, for example, so like I did a proposal on this forum for Empty Set Dollar. So like eventually, like, I mean, yeah, like I can't see any reason why, we do, like someone, let's say we're at a meeting like this and someone says, hey, I really think we should work with this client, and we just be like, okay, well, how do we get in contact with them? Like, and someone just reach out to them. And what we've been doing is just like bring them into like a chat here. And we could, like, here, like I've just tagged like Gabriel, Caesar, B, and we just kind of chat, you know, and like, and you can come into this chat too, you know, it's not like, you know, like Gabriel and Caesar are just good because people kind of know who they are, you know, like, and, you know, people, that's what people kind of want is like influencers and, you know, like an audience for their project, you know. So, but it's not like, you know, we're the sales team. I mean, anyone who wants to be the sales team can be the sales team, like, and then we've just been putting together like a document, and we've got like a document that you can use, but we don't really have a sales process 100% defined. You know what I mean? It's not like, so it's like pretty flexible. Just use like common sense and
Can I make this really simple? I think like what B said is probably the easiest. Like if you know a project that's interested in this right now, just tell them to talk to me, Dunks, or Gabriel, and we will just try to get them to join depending on it. Like we will talk to them and find out what it is, and then we would discuss with the DAO whether or not this is the type of project we want to support, because there are some projects that we feel, you know, maybe we shouldn't support. They are brand new, they're a risk factor, you know, maybe they're possible rug pull or something. So we kind of want to filter a little bit, but at the same time we want clients as well. So if you do have a client that some specific project that you're talking to and they're like, hey, we need some marketing, then just, you know, maybe you can give them, like, maybe Telegram's easier. You know, you just send us a message here, and then we will give you our Telegram, and then you could give it to them, and then we could just start the process that way. In the future, we will hope that we can get more and more people to do this, to kind of figure out, you know, how to onboard clients, and we can build a system that's very simple, straightforward, like a price, like a menu, basically, like, oh, this is one package, this is one package, this is one package, choose one and pay, and then we will get started on it. But right now, we're still starting, so we're trying to figure out what makes a good item on the menu, what makes a good package. You know, are we doing too much work? Are we not doing enough? Or is it too expensive? Is it too cheap? We're still trying to figure this out, right?
yeah. But definitely don't be shy to suggest projects and bring you know, talk about it and talk to Cesar, talk to Gabriel, you know, talk to B, like, you know, and if you're a like master business developer and stuff like that, like, you know, put your hand up and say, hey, like, I want to work on the sales process. I want to work on bringing in new clients, and like, let's just talk about it and get it working. Like, yeah.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
I had some people reach out to me, like potential clients, and what I did, I just sent them to the creator, like on the website, book a discovery call with Gabriel Haynes. So I just sent them to that link, and that seemed to be pretty easy to do for me.
That's actually a really good point, bro. Like, that is.
And I just kind of briefly explained what the creator DAO was, and they seemed pretty interested, so they wanted to reach out that way.
Yeah, and that's probably the ideal answer, shortest answer and best answer to your question is just send them through to this form, but also at the same time do reach out to the people we just mentioned, because like you know, maybe they get to the form and they don't do it, or they forget or whatever. So we can, like, if we think it's like really good, well, we can just chase them up, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, they're decent projects. Like, two recent ones were like Polymarket and also Notional Finance.
Yeah.
But to me, those are pretty decent projects.
Totally. Yeah. Let's do it. Like, I think our systems, I don't know, have you noticed an improvement in our onboarding process, DeFi Trader? Like, because that was an issue last week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, way big improvement from what I'm seeing today, from like last time.
Good. Yeah. Like, I feel like we're well and truly on track to to bring on new creators and new clients. So I think that should be like a focus. And that reminds me. So Cesar and me and B and a couple of other people were chatting, and we were talking about this idea of like at the start of a month for a client, like maybe coming up with like a little gimmicky kind of, not too gimmicky and not too shilly, or, you know, like retweet this and get tokens or something, but just some kind of marketing strategy that we can add to each post. Like, you know, so a trading competition or a little giveaway or something like that, just to, because like there was an example of this guy, Chris K, he did a thing for Complify. He basically said he's gonna put up some money and he's gonna put it on a long position on Complify, right? And if you retweet this tweet or whatever, I'm gonna give away I'm gonna give away all of the money, right? And like it got like, you know, 70 retweets or something. So we were just kind of thinking to have something that maybe you can add to the bottom of your video in a description, like a call to action, something that's kind of strategic and that we talk about with the protocol, just to give our campaigns like a bit of a edge and to really have a call to action on all of our content. And then just adding on to that, it would be cool if we had something like that for ourselves, so that everyone's like, okay, yeah, let's tell more people to become creators. Let's send them to the Discord. And I mean, it doesn't have to be an incentive, but just a clear way, like even just a link that we can give to people, like a referral link or whatever. Use this link. And we do have that set up, so we can do that. Just to bring in new creators, and we can do the same thing for bringing in clients, you know? Just a referral link, and yeah, let's just bring on new people. That's what I think anyway.
Are you talking more about like doing giveaways to incentivize that call to action?
Like, I'm not saying specifically giveaways or specifically anything. Like, at the bare minimum, I'm saying every post should have, every piece of content should have a call to action to go check out the protocol. And ideally, if there's some other extra incentive, it should increase the click-through. And I want to make sure that we're tracking it. So personally, I want us to use something like this. Just a link creator so this will just create a link, and I can just copy this link, right? And then use it, and it has a tracking code on it. So now I can go look at, I can get analytics, because we want to be able to report, right? Like at the end of the month, if we can report, then we can show the client how many clicks stuff got. And then like it's going to be good to be able to report. And you can have like a custom link for yourself so that you can also get paid more, right? Because like someone who's going to bring in thousands of people should rightly be probably paid more, right? Than, you know, like someone else. And also we can get more money. Like it's not like the limit is 10K a month, you know? Like maybe we up our prices, and if we can get better results, we can get better prices, right? Like, so there's money to go around. But here's the analytics for these links, right? Like this is a link for Comfy. So you can see like, so yeah, this is kind of this whole package of ideas around tracking, having a call to action with a link, and then maybe adding on some incentivized campaigns that we figure out at the start of the month. It's a kind of whole theme, you know? So yeah.
Cool, got it.
Can I ask a question? I'm not sure if it's exactly related to this specifically, but it's related to that.
Yeah, man. Go.
So I think like one thing I've been a little wary of, at least like first, like doing anything related to being paid for any type of work. Like, I make YouTube videos, like explorers, reviews, and stuff like that. Is making sure that I'm always as biased as non-biased as I can be. Obviously, if we're getting paid to do something, it's kind of goes hand in hand. It's like, okay, we want to be a little more positive because we're getting paid for the content, so that the clients will be happy as well. But like how do you guys kind of handle like? I mean, I'm sure I'm sure you've got big clients before you even bring them on board. But if there is something that like firstly like looks a little bit like, I don't know, maybe unorthodox. Like,
can I let me
point out or?
Yeah, let me say what I have to say about this idea is, so first of all, you're right, they are paying, so that they don't want you to go in there and like just like say terrible things about it. Like, even if you think it's terrible, then it's probably better you don't make the video, right? Like, if you look at a project and you're like, I would never review that on my own because I don't like this project, then you shouldn't do it just to get paid, right? So you should just be like, yeah, I elect to not do that. This is not like, there's no boss here that's going to be like, hey, why you didn't make it your video? Come on, be fresh. Where's your video? It's like, there's all these jobs and you just kind of look through them and be like, oh, this one looks interesting. I think I like this. Let's look at it. Well, this is good. So I'm going to make a video on it and then I'm going to post it here and then I'll get paid for it. That's the kind of the vision of this is we're hoping that there'll be so many jobs, so many creators, that things get done and you don't have to do every job. You don't have to do every project. And I think that's the best way to do it. Now, if you do see something small, like I'm very honest too. Like when I make videos, I tell them straight, like this is backed by adoption. It could go to zero very quickly if somebody just pulls out. I think the audience or the project itself, if it's truthful, if you're not making any big mistakes, then I don't think the project would be super angry. But like I said, if you were going to produce a video that's super negative, then I would just not produce the video and just try one of the different projects and see if they're more to your liking.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely get that. I really meant like the latter, where it's like obviously it's a really interesting protocol and has the chance to be really big potentially. Like some small things here and there, I think is always good to have. Like 90-something% of the video is talking about the protocol, what they do, what their future stuff is, and maybe like the 5% or whatever it is talking about the potential risks and just some things where, like you said, like if X, Y, and Z happens, if the stars align and the moon signs in the right direction, then it could potentially something could potentially happen with it. I guess I'm saying like I don't like the idea of just going 100% all in positive on anything. I mean, should be an opinion, and even there are some things that opinion you could say, right? I guess that's what yeah,
totally. Yeah, just do that. Like, just be honest, right? If you believe that, and criticism's also a good thing as well, right? Like, if you have some proper criticism for the project and they see that, then they're going to be appreciative that you have some feedback that they can improve, right? Hopefully, right? It's just like you said, like if it's 5% of like talking about risks and stuff, like don't consider like, oh, they paid me, I have to shill this thing. No, that's not what we want. We want it to be super honest, and it's your audience. Like if you start shilling things that's garbage, or you start glossing over risk factors, then that's your audience that you're jeopardizing, right? So I would definitely just maintain your current status, your current style, and then just hopefully you can get paid a little bit from here for doing the same thing.
I would say like a golden rule is just look at your moral compass, and if it's deviating from that, then just don't engage with it.
Yeah, I think the projects we are cooperating is really great. I followed those projects like Basketball or Complied By. I followed them before I even entered this style, and I think those projects is really great.
Also, just adding on, like you do disclosures on all the content you post, right? Like this is powered or partnered with this protocol, so like everyone is aware that this is a paid post or like it's a sponsored post for Creator DAO. So like, that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like if you add that caveat that, yeah, this is a sponsored video, then you're kind of telling the audience right away that you're going to be a little more friendly or positive than maybe, I don't know, that's up to you. But yeah, you should probably disclose that, this is a sponsored video via the Creator DAO. And it gives us the possibility of advertising Creator DAO and advertising the client as well in the same content. So like I tend to do just a small little spiel at the start and just throw up the logo of Creator DAO into the video and be like, just like, this is a sponsored video via the Creator DAO. If you are a project and you would like to some content marketing, check us out, link in the description. And I think that's enough. Like when people see that right off the start of the video, then I think they kind of understand that, you're already biased a little bit. But just maintain your honesty and like DeFi Trader said, your moral compass. If you think this project is terrible, then just don't do the video. I think that's probably the best way.
And eventually, probably, as we get more into like having it, maybe we have a token and we have Snapshot or something like that, like. Probably everyone's going to get to have a say on which clients we actually take on as well, so it's like, hey, we're proposing to this, we want to propose to this client, but first, like internally, like, do we all want to do this, so I think it's going to be pretty cool, like as we get a little bit further down, like, we're going to be able to assess projects together and decide, like, well, that's what I hope anyway. But,
And I have questions that I'm not quite sure that I thought the deliverables on Trails that are on videos or graphics or articles, but if the media that I want to deliver isn't in that categories, should I add something, add on it, or just do those types of stuff?
can you?
So for content like that, you could go for what Dunks just brought up here. If you watch his stream, it says flexible content. So this is the type of content that you could cater to your creativity, basically. So it could be a tweet thread, it could be a meme, could be an image. So basically, whatever your creativity leads you to do, you could pick something like this, like a flexible content.
Add to the part that I underdo it, is it, or which columns I have to add?
Okay, so you would grab it from the to-do list, and then you would move it to the doing list.
Can you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen. If you can see it, Raccoon. If you click on where it says meeting room, you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got a Telegram channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say this flexible content is sitting here, right? Or there's another flexible content, right? So it's like flexible, just anything, right? Like, so you're just gonna like say what you want to do, right? Like this, and then you're just gonna drag it into here, and you can just add yourself on here, and then start writing a bit. I'm gonna do this. And then, so say you go to you write the post, you post it in your Telegram group, and maybe you just put like a screenshot of the post. And make sure you use one of these special links so that we can see how, if you use one of these links, like a tracking code link, then we'll be able to see exactly how many clicks or whatever came through through that. Because Telegram groups and stuff is a little bit different to, yeah. But I personally think that Telegram groups is something that we should, do for people. I don't know. I'd also like to hear what other people's feedback is on that.
I think the Telegram group, I'm going to have a discussion in my Telegram group, scheduled discussion, and invite the client there to come like an AMA inside a Telegram group. I think that's super solid. But like just something like I'm going to post the link to your project in my Telegram group. Then that's a very different caliber than holding an AMA or something. And they're both of value, right? But whether or not they deserve the same kind of compensation and evaluation, then that's obviously not the case, right?
Yeah, doing like an AMA versus having like a pinned message in Telegram's two different things, I think.
Yeah, totally. There's just always so much stuff going on in Telegram. It's really easy for people to miss the post. Yeah.
But we like it. We like the idea. Like, let's try and organize an AMA with Complify in your Telegram group if that's something you want to do. So you put the well, this is for Genome, so I'm just going to delete this.
That's a link or special link. The screen isn't that clear. I cannot see how to.
Okay.
How to use that special link to track statistics.
I will.
I could walk through the process with you, Raccoon, after the meeting, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
I'm still on the side of just making a single link for everybody. Like I do get the idea of like having everybody has their own link, and I can show you how much I did. But I think having just a solid creator DAO link is also just super easy. Everybody just inside the job. It's like just one of the links. Use this link to send clients, to send people to the client. I think that's very easy, very straightforward, very simple. Instead of having everybody have to make their own links.
I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, I have a question to coordinate if you guys are around. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask, so every round you coordinate for every project, for every client. For example, we have to coordinate for Complify, we're going to have to coordinate for Basketball, we'll have to coordinate for Genomes, etc. But we have the project managers that are more like behind the scenes. So they're not really making content for each project. So, for example, in this round right now, we're voting on how to split the give for Complify. And we have the people who actually produce content. And then we have people like, for example, Dux. Like, Dux didn't per se make content for Complify as far as I'm aware, but he's been, in the background doing all the infrastructure, setting up the Trello. And you say to yourself, okay, well, he deserves a cut because he's been doing a lot of work, not on this particular project, but just on the project as a whole. So how should we account for the people who are project managers and the people who are not directly creating content? Should we only give to the people that are creating content for the particular job? And then later on, we're going to have a separate coordinate for project managers to cover that, make sure they get their fair share? Or should we just holistically give a certain amount to the people like Dunks and who else was it? Wasi Capital, who have been doing some PM behind the scenes?
Big on this. This is the mindset that I kind of follow when I go through it. And that is I look at the entire team and I just think about, did B do work? not so much like, oh, did B make memes or whatever. I just kind of look around and say, oh, who did what, and I give them gives, right? So definitely I would give Dunks and B and just people like that who are building infrastructure gives, because they deserve it, right? Like the project manager is pretty valuable in the sense that as well, like in the future, like this is our first job, and like it's our first payment as well. But in the future, perhaps like we will have like only one of the project managers, the project manager for that project, and he's in there, because once the framework is built, then it'll just be the project manager will be that person inside there, and then it'll all just be content creators with the project manager. I think that's basically the idea. But like there's also like for example, B has been doing like translations a lot. So like that's super valuable. Like it allows me to retweet things. Like if I produce a video and then she translates it and puts subtitles, then I can retweet that video and just create more exposure. So that's valuable as well, right? So I think I just kind of go through it and think like, oh, who did what? And you can check out their Trello board as well and say, oh, say you go through this and you're like, who's this passive crypto guy? You can just click his URL there and put it into the Trello board and then see what he did, because that's it. All of his work should be in there. So anyway, or you can just go to the Trello board and search. Yeah, I would say holistic in the sense, just like, don't think of it so like, oh, one video is worth like 2.5 gives and one meme is worth 1 give. No, don't worry too much about it. Like it's okay, I think. Like I don't think we need to be very, very, very tight about the money in this sense, but I don't know. Like we're gonna do the spreadsheet together with the multi-sig, and then we're also gonna like, if we see anything that's just like way out there, like somebody got way too much, why did they get so much? Or somebody didn't get enough. Like why did this person did so much and they only got 1? Then we'll bring this to the DAO and be like, hey, we have to maybe do another coordinate, or redo it, or how should we adjust this problem? But I think I looked at the spreadsheet, and I think it's pretty fair. I think it's like, it looks pretty good. It's not completely balanced, but I did go through the spreadsheet and kind of glance at stuff and see, who's getting what for what, and I think it's pretty good. And yeah, so holistic, I think.
This is actually the first time I realized that we actually have a spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet that we've got now. But remember, this isn't the final thing, because it goes right up to the end. So like, we can all adjust this. And now that you're saying that, Cesar, if I was to follow your methodology, I would be doing it slightly differently. Like the way I was thinking of it was just to purely focus on the stuff that happened for Complify, and then to have another circle for other shit. But maybe your way is actually easier and better. But so this is what we've currently got. But obviously this would be bad, because D-Raj didn't really do anything for Complify, but he's doing Twitter Spaces and he's active in the DAO and da-da-da-da-da, right? Like, so he wouldn't get 0.
I think he opted out. He opted
out, so that's why he got 0.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like, yeah. I actually gave him 0 because in my methodology, he didn't do stuff for Complify, but yeah, you're right. He did opt out. And Gabriel needs to opt in. But yeah, we can look at this together and talk about it, and and which is what we're doing now, and I think we'll come up with something pretty good. It looks.
There's also the possibility that we like just not, because like if we had say we had 10 to 12 projects and like 3 of them were closing this month, I don't think we need to do 3 circles. Like we could just do it monthly and be like, every month just give out the like obviously we can't give out the entire treasury, but maybe like why not? Like long as it's like all the clients are done, then we could just give the entire thing. We don't have to be so, I think, so like systematic, but maybe, you know, if you want to be systematic, that's not a terrible thing. And that's kind of what will balance it out. Like if I know this person was busting his balls, and so I'm going to give him, I don't even know what he did, but I know he's been like super active, then he deserves some money for that. Like even if it's just been like asking questions, answering questions in the Discord, or like just like giving feedback on content, you know, like that's valuable, right? So I just feel like anybody, just look at the people and be like, oh, I know this guy, he's been super active, you know, so I just give him some gifts. Like it's not even money. Like we don't even know how much money one give is worth right now. Like I guess we could math it out if we know it's 10,000 and everybody, how you count the amount of people, but we'll figure that out after. So I just kind of use just kind of my gut to decide who should get what based on the people. And the circles are pretty small right now. Like I'm in some circles that have like 50, 60 people, you know, so like this is not too bad, you know, like I think it's pretty easy. And like see, he can go in there now and he can adjust things. He can say, oh, you know, I want to go back and change, and you can do that, right? So if you see someone's like deserves more, then you notice something afterwards, you just go back and change, right? But like I think both ways is fine. Like if you are very systematic and I'm very like organic, I think that kind of will balance everything out. Like I think it'll help like make it more like a democracy, right?
And I was like,
Is your wife yelling at you, Fugu? Get off that phone and come to bed.
Oh, God. I needed that.
Yeah. So, yeah, the table's looking pretty. I'm glad we've got this table. I didn't even realize we had this. This is cool.
And it's only the admins. Only the admins can see that, right?
But
so most people can't see it.
But you
don't want to game it, right? You don't want people to game it so much, right? Like, oh, I don't like this guy, so I'm not gonna give him any. Or I really like this guy. You want it to just be natural, I think. Like, just.
I think is it helpful for everyone to see this though, to get an idea? Okay, well, Liam, yeah, he probably needs to get a little bit more. Try it, maybe needs, you know, like. Just to give everyone an idea. Like, I think everyone wants it to be, you know, for me personally, I want to make sure that everyone feels like they're getting, like, a good amount because, you know, otherwise they're just not going to come back and keep helping, you know, like. But, yeah. But, yeah, you're right. Only admins can see this, but, I mean, like, we can share this table and then at the end and people can say like, hey, I just didn't get what I think I deserve. And then we can have a little vote, like a poll or something afterwards and fix it up. And then we do the pays, whatever, you know, like it's not final, but it is going to be pretty final because we can't fuck around with it forever. Like, I guess, like, you know, like, I mean, I guess this is what we're kind of working out. Like,
can I also add? I think I think like this should have to be thought of like a specific way. I think for the most part, I shouldn't say for the most part, but I think people will always have like certain expectations. But I think if the main goal is to get paid, you know, like. Let's just say, especially for somebody that's just beginning, to get paid like a sufficient amount for what you think your work is worth, I think people are going to be a little disappointed no matter what. So maybe like a good way to think about it, and this is kind of just like my thought process, you know, but a good way to think about it is that we're contributing to a project that deserves more coverage because it has a great product and it's really interesting. Like it has the potential to help further, you know, the adoption of DeFi and Web3. And maybe if you look at it from that lens, and also added, hey, you know what? Because I'm helping further the growth of this project, I'm also going to get a little reward at the end of it too. I think that's a good way to kind of look at it, I think, for the most part. Because I think, yeah, you go for it.
I think that if we're not getting enough, like if we do this and it turns out that, let's say we do 5 projects, right? And it works out that, you know, most people are feeling that they're not getting enough, then we have to up our prices for sure. And also, just one more point, I personally do think that we are going to have a token and that we're going to be able to use this data to also drop the token to everyone as well. So I personally believe, I'm an optimist, right? But I believe that whatever we get paid for these 5 projects, you can probably pretty safely double it once we drop a token. But that's just my opinion, and we may never drop a token, and I could be totally wrong and the token could be valueless. But, you know, that's how I feel about it.
I was just about to joke and say we could just jack up the APY with the token drop that we did in DeFi. That's exactly what you said. But it's like, it's DeFi. That's what we do, right?
Honestly, man, I want us to all get good money from this. I don't want us. I think this project has got huge potential to and I think we are going to see projects give us tokens and stuff like that, and some of those tokens are going to be valuable. We are going to end up with a big treasury, and as far as I'm concerned, like for my vote, like we'll be the owners of that treasury, like pro rata to the amount of work that we've done, right? Like that's kind of the vision, I guess. Is it, Cesar?
Can I say something? Yeah. I have something else to add to this that makes it kind of like you can't discount the fact that how easy it is for you to get paid as well. Like you didn't have to find the client, you didn't have to like negotiate with them, you didn't have to like figure out the price, and you just came here to a job board, did a video, posted it on a Trello, and now you're gonna get paid. Like, and I don't know about you guys, but like I've done, 90% of my videos, at least maybe 95% of my videos are unpaid because I want to learn about it. So I do DeFi videos because I care about learning about DeFi. I want to find like opportunity. So if I'm going to get, a few $100s for a video, maybe that's not great. I could easily get $1,000, $2,000 for a video from some clients, right? From some protocols. But if I get $200 for a video that I didn't have to hunt down, I just came to the job board and all the research is already done. Like I just need to listen to the pillar talk. Like the pillar talk's great. It's just like me or somebody just talking to the team for an hour and asking them all the questions so you know everything. You just listen to that and you can probably produce content directly after that. It's probably enough. You might need to still go into the docs and look around, but like you can listen to it at 2 times speed and 30 minutes and you're ready to go, right? So it makes it a lot easier. So you can't discount the ability to be how easy it is to actually get the paid job. So that I think that's like worth at least half,
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also we can learn more new DeFi protocols and probably have some personal investment in those protocols we are advertising after we do research on our advertising materials, and it may even bring extra profit.
Exactly.
Like to be honest, I'm using both Complify and Basket DAO now that I've researched them and talked and spent so much time talking to them, because one of the biggest risk factors in DeFi is like obviously hacks, but also just team. Is the team competent? Do they know what they're talking about? Are they going to rug pull us? This is a huge factor. Like every project you look at, that's one of the questions you ask. Like, are these guys for real, right? And taking that away because they're a client with us and we're talking to them and we're spending so much time with them. It takes a lot of time for us to go through the process with them. They're not like just, I don't know. We could still probably get some rugs that go through the time because, scams are profitable, right? So I think we're still going to get some, but it helps a lot. Like I feel quite safe using those two protocols, and I probably never would have used them otherwise. Like I probably, especially Complify, I probably never, because I don't use a lot of Polygon stuff. I probably never would have bothered. But that's good too, and that's also something that we are selling them. Like this is one of our pieces of our package. Like they have the potential to get all of us as clients as well, as users. Maybe not necessarily for sure, but like I'm using two of the protocols that we're covering right now. So I think that's another point we can probably mention as well. It's just we can't promise it, right? We can't promise, every one of our creators are going to put this much money into your protocol. No, we can't say that, right?
Well, yeah, and I think I was trying to come at it from like a similar lens, where it's like making content for a couple months, like a year now. Like I've seen what it's like to have someone try to undersell you undersell you, I think is what it is. And I think that's like the worst feeling in the world, especially when you value your content so much and someone else is valuing it a lot less. So I think it's like I guess what I'm saying is I was kind of looking at it from that lens in the beginning. But I think it makes a little more sense to be like, all right, like as you said, Caesar, like more than 90% of my content is unpaid, obviously, but it's because we're learning about this DeFi, we're learning about NFTs, we're learning about Ethereum, different cryptos, and the value in and of itself comes from the content, the audience you build, and all that stuff. And it's a lot more like vanilla in the sense that it's like it's a lot more like innocent in nature. But I think looking at it from that lens, that we're not only learning about these different protocols, but also contributing to a creator DAO, which is going to help everybody kind of fund themselves and their livelihoods, I think is a better way to look at it than just like a sponsored deal that, maybe you might get underpaid, maybe you won't. The hope is that you don't, obviously, but I don't know. I'm definitely an optimist, but at the same time, you got to be a little bit realistic when it comes to money.
Yeah, and also, so I suppose it's like anything, like when things start out, like, this is a learning process. Like what we're doing here is quite unique, and so it's going to evolve. Like we're charging not much. We're probably going to start charging a bit more, but then also the feedback we kind of had from Complify, like, that people want a lot for a little sometimes, as well. So we got to try and keep our prices good. And I think it's going to be, you'll be surprised. I think people are going to get pretty good pay, but let's wait and see.
How has the reception been from Complify? Have they been, what's like their feedback as of now?
So I think they definitely want to continue. They said if you can give us some metrics, that was one thing, like give us some data. So what I've done is I've gone through and I'm putting like, this kind of stuff on everything. So I've got like, here's your video. I'm using this thing called BuzzFeed or BuzzSumo, which is a pretty cool tool. Just giving them some data about the video, like how many people watched it and stuff. And you can also provide that. Like Cesar's added his stats here. So I've made a report and a proposal for them. Red basically said, yeah, it's good that you've made a lot of content, but we've just got to get it into people's hands, Like, these videos and stuff are awesome and like they can use them on their website, but we've got to get them out. Like, so the more retweets and stuff we can do for everything and just bringing on new people, like, but man, I think we did good. Like they definitely got like 3,000 or 4,000 people looking at their project that they wouldn't have had, you know, and that's pretty good.
Where we currently listing Fugu's videos, I don't know where they are being shared.
All of Fugu's videos for Complify are here. So clips from the interview are here.
So I just mean, did they get shared on social media, whether it's Twitter or YouTube?
Some of them have been, some haven't, but we could always, well, basically we're finished for the month for Complify. Like, I mean, if anyone wants to grab any of these and post them in a thread or something, like, please do. I mean,
because I understand the process is that when someone makes a content, it has to get shared to say they have complete that job, because sharing it to social media is so important. That's the exposure that the clients are here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about the content, it's about the built-in audience that we'll have to share that content with.
Yeah. No, that's...
So, like, for example, like Dimitri, those short clips, I don't know about his audience. You know, like, how was that able to get reached to people? What he created there?
Yeah.
That's like my question.
Yeah, so basically, some of these things have been used in tweet threads, and, you know, like I've tweeted them from the creator Discord, and we've also shared them with Complify, and they've shared them in their Discord. But remember, this is a library of content that can be used in the next month as well. So, like, as part of the proposal for next month, I've outlined, okay, we've got this content now. Now we can start adding it into tweet threads, articles. We can make it really easy for our creators to just come in and be like, okay, I'm going to do a tweet thread, right? Here's videos that I can add in my thread. Here's links that I can add into articles. Like, it's kind of a work in progress. Like, these clips, some of them have only been here for like a week. People have just got...
So I think we can make these clips into part of the pillar content, right? So these clips are from the interview that Gabriel did with Dimitri, right? Yeah. So that could be part of the pillar content.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an added service. It's not like we charged for these clips. Like, we charged for 2 to 3 videos, right? We've actually got 2 to 3 videos, and these clips are just stuff that we can use in other content. We're not actually charging for them per se, but they're very valuable. I mean, these are going to get used because they're all labeled like, oh, I'm writing about quadratic fees in an article. Okay, cool. Well, let's have the actual guy who designed it video in that article. Like, yeah. So it's again, like, it's a work in progress. Like, they're going to sign on for another month, for sure. Like, we're going to make sure they do. Like,
I just see, like, if we could have like a plan for that extra content that was created, because I just don't see like a coherent plan to get that pieces of content that was created exposed to the audience.
Yeah. So, like, this is the proposal plan for next month, right? So there's a video here that I'm going to give to them. Like, okay, so you're talking about for this month. So, yeah, you could say that there's been a failure to use all of the clips this month, and I'd agree with that. And that's probably due to...
Can I interrupt for a sec? Sorry.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed that is, like, some of the content that is created is not really great for certain people to, like, distribute via their own channels. Like if I produce, like, say, a meme, I don't do a lot of memes. So if I produce a meme and it's got, like, Complify all over the meme, it doesn't really suit my style for me to, like, tweet that out. So what I did was I gave it to you guys and asked you to tweet it. And then because I'm part of Creator DAO, I'm going to retweet that. So there's also, like, this factor as well. Like, if we have, like, each project manager is like, oh, when you produce something that's smaller like this, like an image or maybe a clip, we can have the Creator DAO Twitter tweet it out, and then just try to make it I don't want to say a rule, but make it a habit perhaps of, like, oh, everybody's following Creator DAO, and when something comes from them, we just retweet it. It doesn't have to be like retweet with reply, just a quick retweet, and that'll make huge exposure. Like, we all have quite a bit of, like, audience. Now, mind you, our audience is probably overlapped to some extent. Like, crypto Twitter's not really that big, but it's definitely a huge audience. So, like, if we just kind of follow the Creator DAO Twitter and just retweet things, then I think that would work. Because I know, like, in the past, Gabriel used to do that. Like, Gabriel does these interviews, and then he would make these clips and he would put them out on his Twitter, and I would see them all the time. Like, especially in the early days when, like, I did a couple of interviews with him, I would see myself, tag in a small clip and another clip and another clip. And I don't know, maybe he's busy. I don't know why these clips, because this is his interview, why they didn't go through his channel, whether they did or not, like through his Twitter. But I think if we just use the Creator DAO and then just make it a habit of trying to, like, retweet it, and, like, use your judgment. Like, you don't want to, like, retweet every single one of them, and then you become this, like, retweeter of, like, Creator DAO, right? You want to, like, spread it out, like, like, use your own judgment. If you can't, like, retweet every tweet, then that's fine, right? But, like, just try to make it a habit of doing some of them or all of them if you can. Like, depends on how active you are on Twitter and so forth. I think this is kind of a good way to handle this problem. Another thing about that, I gotta go pretty soon, so I just want to say one more thing, and that is about the payment, like, whether or not, like, there are two ways for us to solve. Like, if we find out that, like, in the next couple projects, the Basket DAO and Complify, we find out everybody feels like they're underpaid, and like the money was not so much. There's two ways to solve this. Like, Complify, we really went overboard on this one. Like, we produced a lot of content for Complify, and maybe, like, maybe that's why they feel like they didn't get very much exposure, because there's a lot. And we definitely overdid the package, right? So one way to do that is to just, control the package better, like, not have so much content created. And then people will get paid more for the content that they did create, right? And the other way is to just raise our prices. I can't think of anything else, but if anybody has any idea, then of course, share that idea. Like, I just think it would be great if, like, everybody's kind of sharing things more and, putting things out more, like, kind of, like, I don't want to say, like, you got to be part of the family, but, like, kind of, if you kind of be part of the family, then it'll spread this stuff out a lot more. Because right now, our Creator DAO, like, Twitter doesn't have too many followers. I think it's got like 700 or something. I don't know, maybe he can check. But I think that will help us to grow the Creator DAO. And then the last thing is, like what Dunkster said, is like a token. We spend some time every once in a while trying to, like, talk about tokens and how to best use a token and how to make some tokenomics. And we're currently, like, me and Dunks and I think a few other people, we are, like, writing a proposal for the DAO. And then we will give this to the DAO and we can criticize it and create it better. And so, like, if you have some ideas on a token as well, then we can work on this. Like, especially if we start getting some people who are actually capable of coding and, like, maybe making, like, a master chef contract or something like this, something simple like that, then we can kind of develop this idea even more, right? And start tokenizing things and so forth. But I think this is, like, the main ideas. Like, just think of it like you might get some tokens in the future, and if we are getting not paid enough, then we can just adjust those two things, either ask for more money or control the content being created better. And we are getting better at that. Like the Trello board is quite clear now. It's quite easy to know, oh, there's this many jobs. And the project managers are updating the job board in Discord. So when they see, there's all the videos are taken, they're going to remove videos from the job board in Discord. And then I think that can help as well to have people get paid more than what they expect. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Are you feeling a bit better, Cesar, or are you still feeling bad?
I'm a little bit better, but I definitely should go to bed, though. It's like 12:30 now.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, well, it's coming along pretty good, though, don't you reckon? 1 month. We've been doing this for 1 month now. It's like...
That's all.
Yeah, sounds good.
It feels more though. I don't know why. Like it feels like it's been a few months.
It does feel like it's been a while, eh?
Yeah.
I think the DAO members really productive and establish a good system within a month. I cannot believe that it's only a month.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, actually. Yeah. But we have to, otherwise it just won't work.
That's another thing too. Like as we progress, then things will just become much more streamlined, and it'll be so much easier to just be like, oh, I go in, I do a video, I'm done, and then I can come back in a week or so and see what jobs are there, or it'll just become more and more and more streamlined as time goes. So it'll just be less confusing. You won't need to spend so much time reading through all these Discord channels and stuff like that. It'll just be very stream. I think we're setting it up pretty well to make it very streamlined and very easy to engage with as a creator.
There's a guy who's he's starting to think about making a bot to help with onboarding and things like that. He looks like he's a pretty good bot creator. So that's pretty cool and exciting. Just to have our own bot that does stuff that we need it to do.
Oh, I was gonna add something when Caesar was talking about how he is not a meme person and it doesn't make sense for him to tweet out a ton of memes. From working with Genome's project, my experience is that they do appreciate having a bank, basically like a bank of content. So if we can give them a file of, say, 10 memes of images that we have done, they actually really do appreciate it that they could use it for their own tweets. So that could be something that we can think about going forward as well.
Well, this is fantastic. That can be part of the sales negotiation. Do you guys want us to do you want us to spread memes, or do you want us to just retweet your tweets of memes? I think that both is very good. I like that idea. I like the idea of having content, the project themselves tweet, and then we just retweet. It looks more official. It looks more I like that. I do.
I'm wondering, do we have any type of media deck that shows all the creators and the metrics and such that we can provide for potential clients?
Have a look at my screen.
I think that's what Dunks was showing us, right? The analytics that you meant.
Well, this is probably
No, we do have a page here. One of these pages is basically this. Yeah, it's just basically.
Yes.
That.
So it doesn't have.
There.
It doesn't.
Guys, I'm gonna run. It's getting late.
Yeah.
My back's starting to hurt now, so I'm gonna go and try to get some sleep. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again for coming.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
ciao, guys. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thanks.
We don't have metrics on this page, DeFi Trader, but we do have this page, and we need to add more people. But we can have metrics here. But this is what we've got for now. Yeah.
Okay, so what I was thinking, maybe we can like make a PDF of a just showing all the creators that we have, along with the combined metrics that all of us have together as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
I think it's very powerful to give to a potential client to entice them to want to either start a collaboration with us or also increase what we get from them as well.
totally. Yeah. Agreed.
Do you mean like a spreadsheet of our creators say they have a Twitter platform and how many followers, they have a YouTube channel and how many subscribers? Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
I had a media kit for myself. I can like show you that. I could use that, like show you that as an example. But I would, yeah. Let me throw this into the general chat, general channel.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna upload the file there. So just give me like 1 second. Okay, this is a media kit that I've made for myself. And maybe we can make something like that, like as a group, like for the Creator DAO itself.
Yeah.
Versus like this is just for me personally. But if we can get everybody's to do something like this, then we can make one for the Creator DAO.
Yeah.
Can you expand that?
Yeah.
What's that?
He's sent it. Oh,
So I'm showing it on my screen.
it's very nicely done.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Yeah, so we can, what I was thinking to do is make like a template in WordPress and then, so like have like exactly what you just said. Yeah, like, so have every individual page and then we can like aggregate it into something like this, probably laid out differently, just with like a little bit of stats underneath. But yeah, let's work on getting that done. One thing right now, it might actually work to our advantage to, we might be just getting in an in-between stage where not having everyone's metrics might actually be more powerful because some people don't have that good, like you're probably one of the best in terms of metrics.
Well, I'm not saying to have each individual display there. I'm saying to provide a metric as a collaborative, as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm saying like as Creator DAO has, taking my example, has a collaborative subscriber base of 60,000 viewers, and then it has Creator DAO has a views of 1 million views or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Collaborative, the DAO has 100,000 followers on Twitter.
Yes, I've kind of got this idea here, like current reach, like, but yeah, I get.
Yeah, exactly like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But in a form like this that shows all the metrics like in one place.
Yeah.
In a very digestible format.
Absolutely.
I like that idea.
Love that idea. Yeah.
I've noticed, me personally, that ever since I've made this media kit the way that I've got it presented here, that I can demand more for my services, and also being, potential clients contacting, reaching out to me is increased as well.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna do this. It was something that I wanted to start doing straight away, but I kind of, we've got the spreadsheet with a beginning of it.
If we can just get each person to put in their metrics, I can make something like this.
Yeah, so we've got here, see this, Twitter followers?
More metrics though.
See the Twitter followers, YouTube subscribers, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I need like some more, like a little bit more demographics, like region,
Yeah.
like watch time, average watch time, total watch time, ages, gender, and then that would be all pretty much. With that would be enough.
You can use Google Form to aggregate this data and ask every creator within our DAO to input them, and after receiving those data and put them in the spreadsheet and sum it up. It will be easier to sum up all the
That makes sense.
rather than ask them to build in is that use a Google Form to aggregate the data or collect data.
Yeah, so I've got this. I've got this thing here. Hopefully we can like I've got this special thing on the form where they can put their platform. Oh wait. Hold up. Actually, that's not the right form.
I see it, Dunks. It's go back to that form that you were just at.
Yeah, no,
It says there's Telegram handle, there's
see this?
website,
See this here?
Discord.
To see how they can add any platform,
Yeah, right there.
So you can add any platform, because different people have different platforms. But what I can do is I can add some more fields, like follow account, rates or something. It probably won't work. We can, yeah. It's just hard to aggregate. Like, there's a thing. Google. Oh, we could. Look, we'll work out something and we'll handle this after, like, over the next week or so after the meeting. Yeah. We'll work.
Yeah, sounds good. All I need is to get the information in one spot, and then I can pull that information and put it into a spreadsheet so I can figure out the totals.
Yeah.
But I just got to grab the information from somewhere.
Yeah. We'll just figure out the best way to get it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's definitely good.
I think maybe instead of just views or something, we can add interaction, because I find that many clients or them, they care about interaction, which means like or comments or shares or how many they click into this. I think these kind of data are what really matters.
Yeah. So the link tracking should give us an extra dimension to our data. So like having like that general data about the so yeah, there's a few different data sources that we've got, right? So potentially we could probably maybe even use something like this to bring together the data. I've been researching some platforms. Like, see here, you've got something like this, right? Just, these are, we could have a list of our creators like this, right? As a source. And then we just export it, and then we put it in whatever format. And again, like for YouTube, so this is for Complify. I'm using this for the report. So like, you can see here like the links, the likes, the engagement. Then you can see like the full insights like this, right? So we can we could probably use something like this to kind of pull together the data. Like we don't actually have to get everyone to submit it. We just get it from the web. You know, like instead of getting everyone to submit a form, we just get their data.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm working.
We just got to collect the data somehow.
Yeah.
We just figured it might be easier if they provided it. But whatever way it works is fine.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, we'll get onto that. We'll get it done. Right. Is there anything
that way we can demand a lot more money for the projects we take on as well.
Yeah, totally, for sure. Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up for this meeting?
So are we starting a new contract with Comprify?
Well, we have to get them to sign off on it, like, so we don't know yet, but I think so.
Because it seems like we have already started producing new content for the second month. I'm just wondering if we should start a new board for Comprify.
I'm wondering if we can just use I don't know if we can, but we definitely have to keep the old board for because it's like a library of content. I
think we can archive the board, but we do need to start a second board. That way, we can use the same format that we use all the other boards. That way, we can track more easily. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I think it's probably easier and cleaner to start a new board. Yeah, probably is cleaner and easier. Yeah.
We can do something like Comprify 2. Is to differentiate from the other one.
Yeah. Because we definitely want to keep the other board because, like DeFi Trader said, all the clips and stuff, a lot of that hasn't even been used yet.
Okay, I'll just start a new board. It's going to be called Comprify 2.
So you're going to copy that template, right?
Yeah, and I'll use the same template.
Awesome. Yeah. Is there anyone else? I think someone unmuted themselves. Go for it. Shoot. What else have we got?
Just one thing about overlay. Is that started or to be determined yet?
It's okay. So overlay's 3 months, right? And they're in beta. So we're trying to organize they've just updated the UI. So they've got this demo UI on Kovan, and we're just sort of starting to organize maybe a couple of us to just kind of go on a shared call and just have a little bit of a play with it and record it.
Nothing to do there yet as of now. It's not, well, sort of, but it's not in the job boards yet. So
yeah, for you, to do a proper video on it, it's probably a little bit early for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay, just wondering why I'm not seeing it in the jobs board. That's why I just wanted to.
Yeah, I'm probably.
I could, since we already have the pillar content done, so that interview with Caesar and Jax, we could probably start a board for overlay. What do you think, Dunks?
Yeah. So we could start a board of the template for overlay. We just need to be careful that we don't smash out too much content too early for them because it's 3 months and it's just needs to be kind of strategic about what we do for them and because just the stage they're at, so it takes a little bit slower. Yeah.
So
go ahead. You go.
So the things that are posted here in the job board, I see a date next to each project. So it's regarding that date there that's posted. Does that mean that I shouldn't start on it until it's within that time, within those dates?
Well, I just want to say you could definitely do a video if you wanted to for either BasketDAO or Genomes. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I was planning on doing those two, but I was looking at the dates, so it says July 19th to August 19th. So I'm just wondering, so the next one, BasketDAO, it says July 5th to August 6th. So I'm just wondering, if it's within that range, within the date, that means to go ahead. If it's not within those ranges, then to hold off. Or is that kind of You're welcome.
That's the start date and the end date of the campaign. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I got it.
So definitely, we're in full swing for Basket DAO and Genome. So let's just pump out whatever content anyone wants to do, and we'll keep updating these job boards with the numbers that are left to go. And we can go over a little bit, if it's like one video left and there's 2 to go, you want to do something, just either just do it or just say, hey, I want to do this, But yeah.
Sounds good. I'll do those 2 videos then. Thank you.
Awesome. DJ, I noticed you asked a question about adding a job card for Genomes because you were planning for that Twitter Spaces.
No, I wanted to add a Trello board. Not board,
a card.
Trello sheet. A card. Yes.
So did you have trouble adding a card, or was it because you were not part of the
board? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if it's because of the setting of that.
I think I didn't join. That's why. Now I'm in. He fixed it. Dunks fixed it for me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, so everyone, there's an invite to Trello. They're all over the Discord. They're if you look, you'll see them. In fact, there should be invites. We should actually probably put the invite on the actual job thing as well. Yeah, but you can definitely find the invites. And if anyone can't find it, just message me and get on those Trello boards. Yeah.
Can they self-add themselves to the board?
Yeah. Once you've got the workspace, once you're on the workspace, you can just add yourself to any board. So the workspace invite's the best one to get. And the workspace invite is at the top of every client here. If you can see my screen, there's oh no, that's not a workspace invite. Okay, the workspace invite is on the new creator start here. So so go to that channel, new creator start here, and then you got the Trello workspace invite link. And just click that and you're in. And then you can see all the boards and you can add yourself to all the boards. So that's really important. Yeah. What else? I think we've been going for a while. I think that's probably enough, right?
I think so. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, and we can just continue on in the chat if anyone wants to, talk more or whatever. So I've recorded this, so I'll get it uploaded and I'll post it. I'm posting the meetings. I think it's creator/meetings. So they're all here. Yeah. So this will be our 4th meeting.
You know what? I think we do need to utilize the announcement channel a little bit more, because I think we have more people show up to this meeting because the announcement was posted about this meeting.
Yeah. Let's use the announcement channels. Yeah.
I have a suggestion. I think we should give DOAP to every person who attends the meeting, proof of attendance. if you guys know about it, right? Like it just gamifies attendance and it shows that like, hey, I was there for the first creator meeting or the third meeting, and like it's just a nice NFT in your wallet.
Yeah, that fund is on XDAI network.
Yeah, correct.
I've joined quite a number of like ETSPs and conference, and that's really amazing.
Yeah.
It makes me stay until the end because just for the.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
So an NFT for attendance.
Correct.
Yeah, it's on the XDAI network, so the gas fee is really deductible rather than on the mainnet or BSC.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's it, right, Max?
XYZ. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's try and do it. Oh, you need an app, yeah?
No, you don't need an app. You can see it in the app, but you don't need an app.
So how do you do it then?
I think they have like a page you can request. I'm not sure, but I'll find it out for you.
Yeah, awesome.
Like you can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, click FAQs maybe.
Okay, so you create an event first.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so we have to create an event. So then for the next meeting, we could create the event, right?
Right.
But we can do something. What we could do is we could just mint an NFT and just, because we've got everyone's addresses, right, from Coordinate. So we can just mint.
Can we distribute it in Coordinate?
No, we can just mint it and then like,
and then we can use Polygon to do it as well. So like it's gas free.
Yeah, or we could just wait. But is there like an OpenSea on Polygon or not?
There is.
Is there? If I go to OpenSea and just switch my network, it'll just work. Is it?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the trendiest stuff during the ETHCC.
Wow.
Nearly all the
Look at Dunks exploring all possible chains.
So like, let's mint some NFTs for the first 3 meetings. Or let's just mint like a creator. Let's just start off by just minting a creator NFT. Yeah, and then we'll We can.
The idea is like we can give if you're there for the first month, what we could do is we can give Genesis creators like special Genesis NFTs and Genesis partners maybe like for next 2 months. We can give them an NFT just why not? That's the idea. And then we can do NFTs every meeting. So I'm happy to take this ahead and lead this as well. So I can do the fun part of everything.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great, man. Let's rock and roll.
You say the meeting itself is not fun?
I can do Hey, I'm here, so I'm sure it's fun.
I came to this meeting and all I got was the stupid JPEG. Those t-shirts. Oh, we should do that. We might make it like a t-shirt. I came.
Yeah, that is so fucking funny.
To this. And all I got was this stupid t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Or
So we just say JPEG. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So it's like this. I worship Satan, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Dunks, are you trying to spread Satanist agenda?
Yeah. So that's great. So D-Raj has got lots of jobs to do now. Yeah. No, that's cool. Awesome. Okay, so we'll get Liam or something to do up a graphic or something for this. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll have a word with him.
Yeah. Cool. I'll post something just right now, just before we forget. Oh, I keep losing the general channel. Here we are.
I have a question. You created another channel which says just give me a second. It says Creator DAO, right? Creator chat, Creator Q&A, and Creator DAO completed work. What's that about? Scroll down.
Okay. So
below genomes, I guess. Yeah, here. Right here.
This is for Creator DAO. So thinking of Creator DAO as a client. So
okay.
Yeah. So let's say you create this NFT program, right? So you're like, I created, for example, I did this tweet. I created this meme, and I got it retweeted by Invesvar, right?
Okay.
And so I feel like it's worth something, right? So then I just post that. This was awesome. So yeah, just thinking of Creator DAO as a client, and then we can especially for when we have a token, or just even when we have a circle just for Creator DAO internal work. This is a way to get rewarded for that.
Sure.
Yeah, and a good way for new creators to start doing stuff as well, create some content about us. You know?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Create some content about us, and then you can onboard through the clients as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, good meeting.
You guys are really fun.
Awesome. All right. Well, I mean, we can keep it open. I'm gonna log off for a bit. Yeah. Chat.
Can you stay back again, Zachary?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Go.
Bye.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Billy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Week. It's not the weekend. Feels like the weekend for me.
I know.
I do like.
Cool.